Fucking bullshit!
Yes! 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 Give me a hell, give me a yeah! Chase Elliott wins at Chicagoland! Yes! Yes! 3 wins now for the 18-year-old.
Wow, he's 18.
The son of Bill Elliott, too.
Oh, that's right. I remember when he was like 16 and he was doing go-karts and stuff.
Yeah. He's awesome, just like his dad.
Yeah.
Bill Elliott. I can see a bright future.
Oh, totally.
Here you go, Chase. You got this. You got this. Woohoo! Way to go, Chase Elliott. Finally this season. You won. Yes!
I think it's probably all
Yeah, I don't think he'll get his win this season though. It was a nice 2 years with him, or 2 seasons rather, with him in the 24, but he's got to follow his dad's steps.
Well, hopefully that means actually getting a win next year.
And championship sometime. Since Bill Elliott, I think, won in 1988, if I remember correctly.
Hey, man, so since he's been up there.
And of course it's the fucking Gibbs drivers that ruin it.
No! Yeah, Kyle's got it.
That did not work out for Kyle Busch turns Chase Elliott.
Every single motherfucking time that Chase Elliott gets fucked out of the win, it's always wow! Of course it's a fucking JCR driver! Kyle fucking Busch, no less!
Having to flat out dump Chase Elliott for fucking second for no fucking reason! Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, Kyle Busch!
Are you? I know it. Told ya. Byron of all people? Are you kidding me? Give me a fucking break. Told ya. Give me a fucking break. Dude, I told ya.
But can he keep it? 3 to go.
Wow, what a battle here. They touch.
Little bump and run there from Chase Elliott. They're up and in the wall. Here comes Keselowski.
Wow.
And Kyle Busch.
So for my champion this year, I'm just going to say this here and show the picture. I feel like Chase Elliott, if he has a shot to win, has a shot at the championship at Phoenix, he can win it.
I got my man Jimmy here.
How about that?
Oh my god! Yes! 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 Chase Elliott has done it up for Daytona! A lot of people are going to say that it will take Chase Elliott strictly plate races to win, whereas he only has one of those victories, whereas he won on races where it took the most amount of skill to win a stock car. First time in the Final Four! He's about to win his fifth road course victory. Oh my god! Yes! 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 Yeah, he finally won! He finally won! He finally won! Yes! Oh, yeah. Oh, yes! Yes! Yep. This is another video on Chase Elliott, as I have been consistently gushing about his celebration escapades. And I don't plan to stop anytime soon during this off-season, because this is going to be quite the off-season to be in absolute happiness. And I'm not going to be not sporting my Chase Elliott or Jimmy Johnson gear anytime soon, because words cannot tell you how I am still in shock and awe that Chase Elliott, of all people, would win this championship, providing us the best remedy that anybody could ask for in a very dismal year that is 2020. 2020 started off with a bang, played out like an absolute travesty, and then ended with the most staggering bang ever. You got Scott Dixon with his six-pack of championships, Jimmy Johnson's assigning to his team Chip Ganassi, no less. Imagine Scott Dixon becoming a 7-time champion the same year Jimmy Johnson becomes his teammate. That would be quite stellar. And then you've got Lewis Hamilton joining the 7-time champion club. I'm not even a big fan of Lewis Hamilton, and even I'm pretty stoked for the guy. Not going to talk politics often in this video, but Donald Trump finally losing. His reign of terror is finally coming to an end.
Loser. Hey, I've heard this call before.
And then, of course, the core topic of this video, Chase Elliott is now a NASCAR champion, thus becoming the third father and son pair to be in the Champions Club. First was Richard Petty and Lee Petty, Dale Jarrett and Ned Jarrett, Bill Elliott and Chase Elliott. Wow. So even the darkest years can have some of the shiniest and most gorgeous diamonds on the rough. A lot of people, when they told me on my Jimmy Johnson missing the playoffs video that there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, well, you're not wrong. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but still quite the stellar alternative to a 84th victory, becoming the top non-Final Four finisher. How much more rad can you get without a win? He whooped every non-playoff driver in the field. How crazy is that? He was consistently having mediocre finishes, getting fucked out of so many potentially decent finishes after having a good run, whether it be bullshit penalties, engines going completely full reactor 4 on him, a slight tap to the wall ending his day for the remainder, untimely cautions, yada 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 yada. Just so much absurdity of ruining Jimmy Johnson out of great finishes, and then somehow in his final race he manages a top 5. And he didn't, keep in mind, he didn't even shuffle anywhere below his starting position, 26th. Once he was in the top 10, he consistently stayed there throughout the race, not counting the green flag cycles. In his last ever full-time race, he gave a little resurgence to his racing talent. Not like his racing talent ever vanished, he was just in a rough patch, considering he has stated that low horsepower race cars aren't his style, which explains why his last couple of years have been not so swell to him. And you're going to be seeing a lot of new t-shirts from me pretty soon, considering I've got 2 Chase Elliott 2020 champion t-shirts, and I'm most likely going to get Jimmy Johnson's final start t-shirt, because that was quite arguably one of the best non-winning season send-offs ever. Best winless season for Jimmy Johnson, even though he didn't make the playoffs, but he still had more top 5s than his previous 2 winless seasons, so that's something I could take. Not to mention, he was at least in contention for more victories. So the fact that Kyle Busch was almost irrelevant to race-winning contention all year long, Chase Elliott is now a NASCAR champion, winning 5 races in a single season, no less. This automatically means that I should be jumping with joy and saying that this is the best NASCAR season of all time, right? Right?
Nah.
If anything, this could compete with the absolute atrocity that was 2019. 2013, 14, especially 2016, and 2017 were light aeons better than this pile of steaming hot radioactive garbage. Every last little piece of particle and atom from 2016, 17, 14, and 13 was better than this year, last year, 2018, and of course 2015. Let's just say people would take a diarrheal dump all over the tracks, vomit it everywhere, and then drank their vomit, and then vomit it back out, and it would still be better than this travesty of a year. That is this year, last year, and 2015. 2018 was not the worst season of all time, just dreadfully disappointing. So, yeah. If this is how we're going to be ushered into 2021, for the potentially 3rd dynasty in Hendrick Motorsports that we're going to see, then I'm lock and loaded for the ride. I'm all in, ladies and gentlemen. All in. You know, technically this isn't very 2020. You don't really ever see me this super ecstatic at all. Scott Dixon winning 6 championships, or his 6th championship, my bad. Chase Elliott becoming a new champion. And, oh my god, I can't believe I almost forgot to say this. I can't even believe that I am actually legitimately saying this. These are words being uttered out of my mouth. But after so many trials and tribulations, much like Chase Elliott, much like even Bobby Allison in NASCAR, Helio Castronavs is a racing champion. Yes. Not an IndyCar championship, but still a championship nonetheless. Oh my lord. God, am I being spoiled in the racing community right now. Oh, did I mention that as of the recording of this video, my Patriots just won? And I mean, they've been sucking astronomically bad this season, but a win against the Ravens was quite unexpected. So, I'll definitely take it, especially when we lost to the Ravens last year, given our consecutive streak of victories. Back on the topic of Chase Elliott. Now that Chase Elliott is champion, I just hope that is a sign of good things to come in 2021. Hopefully, given the fact that I am now officially going to Watkins Glen, that means I probably see him for the first time in my life win in person. I mean, Ryan Blaney becoming champion would be quite stellar, too, if he were given the same championship contending equipment that Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano are spoiled with. I'm just wondering why in the underworld of Hades is Ryan Blaney not getting that same treatment. He better not just be one of those lone soldiers or become another Brian Vickers in the bunch. I was planning on going to Phoenix this year, of course. Not even just the spring race, might I add, but also the final race too, considering it was Jimmy Johnson's final start in the 48 car in NASCAR. But of course, we all know the gargantuan elephant in the room. But hey, the dude's only 24 years old, as I've preached ad nauseum. He's already making legendary Hall of Fame resembling stats, and he's only 24 years old. No doubt that he has a lot more to prove in the many years to come. And if I could see one of his upcoming championship victories in person, that would be pretty rad. It is my dream to see Chase Elliott win in person, and even meet the guy. I mean, I already jumped ahead on meeting drivers in person by seeing none other than Ryan Blaney last year while wearing the same shirt, might I add. So, where exactly do we go from here? Well, I want to see Chase Elliott win a championship in person, let alone races at all. Ryan Blaney winning races in front of me would be quite stellar too. Scott Dixon's quest for 7 as well. And it would be nice if Justin Allgaier were to have a championship to his name in the Xfinity Series as well, to prevent his career going down the shitter ever so helplessly. Did I think Chase Elliott would eventually join the Champions Club? Of course I did. I just didn't expect it to be 2020 because generally a lot of drivers, when they reach the age of 28 or 31, they become a new NASCAR champion. And keep in mind, Jimmy Johnson was 31 when he won his first Cup title, albeit that was his 5th full season, much like Chase Elliott's season in 2020. Jimmy Johnson at that time had 180 plus starts to his name, just like Chase Elliott now. Now, as long as I could potentially see Chase Elliott win a championship in person, much like I did with Jimmy Johnson back in 2013, my life is more than complete. Will Power and Scott Dixon making their way up the win list is looking pretty rad as well. I just hope that they can keep that momentum going. Anyways, how many wins do I think Chase Elliott will acquire in 2021? About like 7. Do I think he'll win all of the 6 road courses, considering that he's been having a dynasty going for himself on those said tracks? I wouldn't say all 6, but definitely like over half of them. At least 4 road course victories and 3 oval victories. Those 3 oval victories being 2 Crown Jewels, which would be Coca-Cola 600, Southern 500, and maybe Talladega. But time will tell. Maybe Chase Elliott would make his stats a lot more gargantuan than I would predict they would be. I mean, I thought Chase Elliott would get his first championship in 2025, and then, out of fucking nowhere, because of the absolute farce that is the playoff format, he got his first championship. By the way, Ty Naughton, my heart is still bleeding for you. You are the one that should be getting all that Kevin Harvick merchandise and gushing about his milestones rather than me. I'm still finding it quite melancholic that Kevin Harvick would have a 7.3 average finish, then apparently, according to this bullshit format, he would not be eligible for the championship. A lot of people are going to tell me that he should have kept that consistency going for those 1 or 2 races. Well, if you're fine with Kevin Harvick being out of the Final 4, despite an entire season of hard work, then don't complain that you earn $7 an hour on a 50-a-week shift schedule. Because that is exactly how dense this argument is. Don't complain if you get unfair treatment if you're fine with unfair treatment. Because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, I'm sure a lot of NASCAR sycophants will claim otherwise on this video by gimping up their Stockholm Syndrome cringeworthiness. Retroactively looking at all this, Patriots win their 6-pack last year. Red Sox win a World Series in 2018. Chase Elliott is a new NASCAR champion. Scott Dixon is on the verge of becoming a part of the 7-time champion club across 4 major racing series. Jamie Whincup in V8 Supercars. Lewis Hamilton recently. And Michael Schumacher in F1. AJ Foyt in IndyCar, which is the only 7-time champion in said series. And of course, the Magic 3 in NASCAR being the King, Intimidator, and of course, the man himself, my main man, Jimmy Johnson. Now, it's only a question if Scott Dixon will manage that 7th championship he's on a big saga for. Now, it's only a matter of when Scott Dixon will pull off that 7th championship he's been on a quest for. Will his saga of reaching the 7-time champion club come to fruition from here? I guess we'll see. A 7-time NASCAR champion joining his team should be a good omen for him. You know, I could be mourning about how Jimmy Johnson never got to his 84th victory, though he still has a chance, fat chance, but still a chance fatter than even the average Donald Trump supporter to win that 84th victory in his potential part-time schedule, but nonetheless, his send-off was a lot better than I thought it would be. You know, passing the torch onto his Padawan Chase Elliott, finishing 5th place as the top non-Final Four driver.
being assigned to Chip Ganassi, what more would I want? Well, another win of any kind, another win at any race, whether it be an IndyCar or a part-time NASCAR schedule, would be quite stellar. I'm just hoping I could get my ass to St. Petersburg so he can sign my 7-time champion t-shirt. Because meeting him is my big dream. I've done everything there is to see Jimmy Johnson do. And now I want to meet the guy in person. I mean, he did wave to me at the Boston Marathon last year, but getting his autograph, that is my main goal for 2021. Well, there is going to Chernobyl, but in the racing ballpark, getting Jimmy Johnson's autograph. It has to be done in 2021. It has to be. I have to make it happen one way or another, if it means harming my checking account. The fact that Jimmy Johnson won his last championship on Chase Elliott's first season, and then Chase Elliott won his first championship on Jimmy Johnson's last full season, is quite mind-numbing to me. Not to mention, if you look at both Jimmy Johnson's 2016 and Chase Elliott's 2020 season, their hunt for that particular championship of theirs, Jimmy's last championship and Chase's first championship, are not even far off in the chase. In the playoffs, sorry. Jimmy Johnson in 2016 wins at Charlotte, punching his ticket to the second-to-last round. Chase Elliott in 2020 wins at the Charlotte Roval, punching his ticket to the second-to-last round. Jimmy Johnson in 2016 wins at Martinsville, punching his ticket to the Final Four. Chase Elliott wins at Martinsville, punching his ticket to the Final Four. Jimmy Johnson 2016 fails inspection and has to start in the rear on the final race of 2016. Chase Elliott in 2020 failed inspection and then has to start in the rear of the field on the final race. Jimmy Johnson in 2016 wins his 7th championship on Chase Elliott's first season. Chase Elliott in 2020 wins his first championship on Jimmy Johnson's last season. How quite enthralling are those statistics? I wouldn't be surprised if Chase Elliott's last championship would be a resemblance to Jimmy Johnson's first championship. Just imagine Chase Elliott having a hole dug for him at Talladega by being dumped by a teammate, only to finish 5 consecutive top 2 finishes, then wins his whatever may be his last championship. Time will tell. Because we know for sure this won't be his last championship. Not by a long country mile. Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson. Primarily I have you fuckers to thank. Chase Elliott won 2 months after my dog passed away. Ryan Blaney won 2 days after I discovered that my cat passed away. And of course, Chase Elliott wins the championship in 2020. After so much anguish, pain, and misery that I couldn't stomach for so long, to the point where I got absolutely worn out of all that bullshit. Holy shit. This moment, ladies and gentlemen, is enough for me to remain happy and ecstatic for the remainder of this year. Because I am quite frankly fucking tired of being pissed off and livid almost all the time. 2020 has done more than enough damage to my life. From this point on, during this off season, I'm going to be soaking Chase Elliott's championship victory in, as well as Jimmy Johnson's beautiful send-off. And you know,
I'm just loving the fact that Chase Elliott is winning at tracks that he was constantly screwed at, especially the ones on ovals. He wins at Charlotte after he got screwed by an ill-timed caution this year. His victory at Martinsville, of course, was redemption after you-know-who dumped him 3 years ago. Phoenix was also a redemption, considering that he was passed by Matt Kenseth, aka, of course, a JGR driver. But hey, Matt Kenseth is the driver at Joe Gibbs that I disliked the least, as well as Martin Truex Jr., but hey. Matt Kenseth, I at least can respect and get behind him winning on a beautiful send-off. Initially, that was a send-off until he had to get back to NASCAR to drive the 42 for Chip Ganassi, as well as the 6 car for Roush Fenway Racing when Trevor Bayne's career was going on a downward spiral so much that Matt Kenseth, of all people, had to return to Roush Fenway Racing. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. Another example of Chase Elliott having redemption, I think, was at, what was it? Dover. Oh yeah, Dover. Where, of course, he was passed by the bane of my life, Kyle Busch, in 2017. Don't get me started on that. And then, of course, he redeemed himself the following year by kicking Denny Hamlin's ass to the start-finish line. So, the fact that Chase Elliott always has to beat Joe Gibbs drivers in order to acquire his victories is what makes me grin and have an absolute smug look on my face, knowing that the Busch sexuals are saltier than fries at Burger King. I could use some of their salt on my bread pretzels, too. Oh, and I would just like to add that Chase Elliott is now officially the winningest driver with Alan Gustafson. Something Kyle Busch failed to do when he was at Hendrick. Not even Jeff Gordon could get to the amount of wins Chase Elliott got when he was with Alan Gustafson, though, in fairness, Jeff Gordon could have had more than 20 victories, ranging from 2011 to 2015, if not for bullshit luck, but whatevs. What happened, I guess. Whatever. Still stand by the fact that Jeff Gordon is a victim of getting constantly screwed ad nauseum during his last few years. Also, not to mention, if we're going to play the numbers game between Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch, it took Kyle Busch 10 years to win his supposed, is fake championship, whereas even if Chase Elliott's championship is artificial, it at least took him 5 years to win that championship. So, yeah. And I'm sure a lot of Busch sexuals are gonna desperately regurgitate their bullshit mentality about why Chase Elliott is supposedly the next Casey Atwood, even though many numbers have said otherwise since 2016. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to ramble on about at this point, since I pretty much said all there is I can say. I am quite anticipated for the future of Chase Elliott. Cannot wait to spend more years with all you guys. Glad I can be a source of catharsis with my yelling or infuriated videos.
This I swear the sun will shine. This I swear. This I swear. This I don't even know if I swear.
Can't wait to see what's in store for me for the years to come. Hopefully all these trials and tribulations for all of us were worth it in the long run. Hopefully this is the way we are being ushered into the revolutionized life we're going to have in 2021. So, yeah. The only other thing that I wish Chase Elliott would have gone with Chase Elliott's first victory was if Chase Elliott saved that first championship of his for a year that was actually decent, and if Alan Bestwick were the one calling his first championship, because that would have been absolutely spectacularly awesome. But hey, at least during Chase Elliott's Xfinity days, Alan Bestwick was in the ESPN booth, so that's at least something. Alright guys, I've said all I could say at this point, so thank you guys for watching. Happy rest of 2020. Try to have a happy rest of 2020, as this is about as happy as I could ever get in a year like 2020. Year's still trash. Low horsepower is still the worst package of all time. This playoff format is still an absolute trash heap of awfulness. And Chase Elliott is still, whether he deserves this championship or not, is a talented driver, and there is nothing anyone can say that will convince me otherwise. Space out, everybody.